Hey there, Ape Nation. How you doing? This is Jim Marin from the Great Canadian Apes. James is still recovering, and you've got me again for today. Today's price action is up 7.7%. It was a great start to the new year. Retail sellers may be coming back, and since the tax date is passed, they need, if they were going to trade anything in for tax benefit, would have been before December 31st. It is called the January effect. That come January, then people will come back in, and so welcome, because 7.7% back up in one day. Awesome start to the new year. We've got another positive medical journal article for you today. Progenity just put out another press release. Our price target for this week and for next week will be stating later in the video. PROG is looking very good long term, not financial advice. So here we have a featured medical journal publication. This was tweeted out from Associates Terry Research Lab. Our work with Progenity on attaching mechanical devices to the intestinal wall is currently featured as the cover article for IEEE Transactions on Biomedical Engineering. And so this is the type of press that I believe Progenity wants. They can't come out and say to investors, oh, it's going to go to the moon or it's going to go here or there, because they get sued for stuff like this. This is biopharma. If one thing goes wrong with FDA or whatever, then all of a sudden it goes down. And then law firms are going to sue them. And it happens all the time. So they're... I like the way they're doing things. They're getting medical journal articles promoting the great work that they are doing. Okay. As well, we've got a news release today. Progenity to participate in the H.C. Wainwright BioConnect virtual conference. So released today. Progenity Inc., a biotechnology company innovating in the field of oral biotherapeutics for gastrointestinal health and beyond, today announced that the company will participate in a pre-recorded presentation at the H.C. Wainwright BioConnect virtual conference. The presentation will be available on the conference website beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific on January 10th, 2022. A link to the presentation will also be made available at the same time in the investors section of the company's website. And so I'll be waking up early for that and reporting back to you on it. And anytime that they're just continuing to be part of that community, as they are, I believe they have leading edge products with that. And last week when True Demon uncovered the patent that should be released, but inadvertently was released early from the U.S. Patent Office, and so they took it down, but it's set to go back up for January 18th. All this is very exciting things for the gastrointestinal field, both for the patients and for the investors. In Frankfurt, Germany, PROG was up 12%. Yeah, way to go, European proggers. Previous close was was 174 euros. It opened at 1.86 euros, had a high of 1.95 euros, had a low of 1.80 euros, and it closed at 1.95 euros, which is $2.20 US. Happy New Year, European proggers. Well done. In North America, PROG was up 7.7% for the day, which was awesome. Started the day, dropped a bit, but had great support, rated that $2 level of support, and bounced right back up. We ended up with a high of 230, low of 201, closed at 225 on volume of 16 million. The SPY was up 3 points, so positive 0.6%. NASDAQ was up 188 points, so plus 1.2%. And as we all often see, as long as there isn't major market manipulation, then PROG generally follows the SPY and NASDAQ. So as that goes up, then PROG goes up. So today's level of support was at 208, which was really nice. When it was dropping back down here, it hit that nice level of support, which it has many times, and bounced right back up, right through the 213 level. And then it ended up breaking through the 218, and in essence was in a channel from 218 to 230 for the rest of the day. Past levels of resistance were at 233 and 250, so watch those on the way up. Levels to watch on the downside, that $2 seemed really strong today, and if we did break through that, we've got a solid level of support at 182. For Ortex, we're still waiting word from Standard & Poor's to be able to verify that Ethereum's holdings, in fact, did go up by 23 million. So we're waiting on confirmation for that. But if that did, just think about it. They increased their share dollars from around 300 million invested to 400 million invested with that 90 million prospectus, buying that at a price of about $3.97, so about $4. So that's why I'm sitting pretty comfortable here. I did average down to be I'm at about 220 right now, 5 figures shares, and I've got some leaps. Don't have any shorts, no short term options. Okay, but we're waiting for further confirmation with that, and if that's the case, that's going to be really sweet. Anybody with averages under $4, then I can't see Ethereum would not put in another $100 million into this if they didn't feel that it was going to be at least surpassing the market which they bought their last big shares at. Taking a look at the Ortex data, today it shows that the short interest change went down by about 5%. This isn't a big short squeeze play anymore. It hasn't been for several weeks. But they still continue to have a significant amount shorted. They still have, so borrowed shares, and this goes back 2 days. This is from Thursday, was 4.1 million. Return shares was 5.5 million. The utilization's at 92%. The cost to borrow is in around 26%. The days to cover is very low, so they have the ability to buy back, short again, buy back, short again, several times during the day. We still see that even today. The shares on loan is at 28.5 million. That went down by about 2%. The percent of free float on loan is 27.2, which is down a couple percent. The estimated short interest as percent of free float is at 15%, and that went down 30% from last week. And the estimated, the exchange reported short interest was last reported at 15.5 million, which is down 14%. Okay, so what's interesting with the shorts and that, and we'll get to it right next with the Fintel data, is so we have 15.5 million shares on loan, 0.95 days to cover, so it's still quite low. Short percentage of the float is 14.8 million. There's a ton more. I mean, there's almost 30% or 28% now of the available float that has been borrowed. So even though there's only 14% short interest, there's another 14% out there that's just borrowed that they're just playing with. So today's dark pool short volume, 5.2 million. The dark pool short volume ratio, 50%. Why are 50% of the purchases going in sales going through the dark pool? Something's got to be going on here. There's all kinds of available shares, 1.7 million at about 20%. But this is huge, 50%. Why would there be 50% going through the dark pool? We do see failures to deliver still, but they're not significant enough to be able to really talk heavily about. They're able to get stick handle their way around it before. I would think with that amount, which just is not a huge significant amount of shares, because look at the cost price, it's all in the twos, and only in this one day was there about a million shorted for about 2.3 million. We were seeing values of around 8 or 9 million earlier, and so it's nothing to compare. Not as yet. We'll keep an eye on it for you, and we'll report. Here we go. Yeah, so 50% dark pool volume. Why? There's got to be something going on, right? And so I love the stock and love it that they are still trying to manipulate it. There's a reason why people manipulate things, right? Because it's not going their way. So recap, today's price action up 7.7%. Great start to the new year. Retail sellers may be coming back in since the tax date is passed. We had another positive medical journal article out there. Our price target for the week is going to be thinking about the options again. They're very similar this week to last week. I'll cover that again tomorrow. It might slip under the $2 because they make a ton on the calls and puts for under $2. And so there's going to be a battle again for the $2, and it might go as high as 245 due to price pinning for options. Now, the RBC analysts rated this at, so this Royal Bank of Canada rated it at $6. And so that's great. That's consistent with the $6 price target that we see from Ortex. And just buckle up and get ready for the launch. Still get your shares together, not financial advice, that sort of thing. This is a great company, I feel. And as long as you're just ready for it, it's going to go, right? HODL right now, not financial advice, but not, when it really goes, got to take some profits, right? PROG is looking very good long term. This is not financial advice. I hope to everybody out there, your families are doing well, and everybody's getting through this Omicron worldwide. And have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.